I got a question recently from one of our subscribers, 87 Leafs fan, about how I use my VAs, specifically the setup that I use to communicate and project manage with them. So that's what we're going to dive into today. What's up guys, Louis here. We've talked in the past about VAs here. We've done a couple of videos that you can see here and how important they are to your setup as you're growing your business and expanding, and especially when you need them and how to delegate tasks to them. Now, what we're going to do today is I'm going to actually show you my exact system that I use with my VAs. I have two right now. One of them is Jan, my video editor, who is awesome, and the other one is Jen, who is my admin. And I'm going to show you the processes that we use on the admin side to keep things running smoothly. So let's dive in. I work with two main apps for communication, Asana and Slack. So let's dive in and I'll show you exactly what we do. So this is Asana. Asana is a free project management tool. I love it. Very similar to Trello and some other things like that. I found that this is very, very easy to use and collaborate on. So this is why I use it primarily with my VAs. So let's talk about why this stuff is important. The biggest downfall I've seen with agents that I talk to who have trouble with VAs or have trouble delegating or have trouble communicating is that it's just that they have no real way of communicating things. They have no specific training for their VAs. They just expect them to jump in and know everything already, which is absolute craziness. So the biggest thing we have to do with our VAs is train them first and then continually communicate and then add tasks to their plate as they start to grow within our companies. So you can see right here that I have specific tasks laid out. If you look on the left here, I've got Gen Daily, Gen Weekly, and Gen Monthly. So they're specific tasks related to what she should be doing. Now, this is just for like every day, regardless of anything else going on. These are the tasks that we should hit. Every week, here are the tasks that we should hit. Every month, here are the tasks that we should hit. And that's just like SOPs, like standard operating procedures. Anything else that comes in and we work on together just goes in there. But like I said, this is exactly what you should do. So I'm going to show you what this looks like, and then I'm going to show you how to build it out yourself. So you can see right here, morning agent check-in. So what is this? So this is for agents who are joining my group that I work with. When they come in, I have a platform called School that they all get added to. They all get added to my contacts, and you know it's a kind of streamlined operation. But believe it or not, it takes up too much of my time to do it. So what I do is when I'm training my VA to do it, so as I open this up, you can see right here, I have a training video exactly showing Jen how to do this. So the beauty of this is that I have video trainings for everything for two reasons. One, visually learning is way easier for most people, and especially with your VAs who are maybe getting used to the way you talk, used to the industry, all that good stuff. They can rewatch it and kind of learn as they go. The other thing is that if you have this in for all your processes, if Jen was to get a promotion to another job within my company, or she was to leave to move somewhere else, another person could slot in and all the training would be done and documented already. So you only really have to do this once forever. So yeah, all we do is add in training videos right here and it's good to go. And then you can see we add in dates as well, like when to do this, when not to do it. So you can add in dates and deadlines and good stuff like that. So basically how you do this in Asana is very, very simple. So I'm going to click on projects here, go new project. So let's just start this together, new VA. And then you make it a list, continue, go to project, boom, just like that. So very simple here. All you're going to do is just add in the things that you need your VA to do. Okay, we're not going to talk about breaking that down today. We've done a lot of, Eisenhower matrix. Use that. You learn how to delegate things you need to do. So let's add this in. So say, you have something for like listings, right? If I could spell it right, listings. So you would add in here, add photos to MLS or add sellers to CRM database, update CRM, whatever it is, right? So Whatever these things are, you're just going to list the tasks, and the sections for me are sections of like the big things. Like, so maybe it's a social media section, right? And you can add in like this stuff, you know, check for new comments on Instagram, you know, update me with my subscriptions on YouTube, whatever it is, right? Like all the stuff that you just don't want to do, but you have to do. So you can just keep on adding and really brain dump all this stuff up. You don't have to have a VA at this point. Just dump all the stuff that you do in your business that you either want to delegate or don't do anymore or whatever it looks like. Just start to dump all this out in this new VA pile. Then you can like move it to daily, weekly, monthly, whatever. But basically what you'll do here is click on this tab right here, and then you can just write out instructions if you want. So you can just bullet point, you know, download photos, upload to Google Drive, send to MLS or whatever, right? So you could do it like that. But again, this is kind of hard to follow for someone who's new, especially speaking, you know, English as their second language, and also, you know, just aren't familiar with the real estate lingo just yet. So the best way to do it, I've seen, is to add videos in here. Now you can do it on Loom or BombBomb or Vimeo or YouTube, whatever. Just make a video of exactly how you do that thing and then put it in there, and then forever it's going to be documented. So that's really the way I use Asana. It's actually really, really easy to do. And then, you know, you can just come here and assign it. So if I was using Jen, I click this, I'd assign it to Jen. I'm not going to do this because it will notify her that I just assigned her or something. She's going to be like, what? So I would just click here, I would assign it. So let's just assign it to me. Boom. You would just assign it to the person. Then you would add a due date. So if it's a weekly recurrence, you would just come here, set to repeat. So I could be like, okay, on Wednesdays, I'm going to repeat that every week. Boom, and it's done. Now you can see if I open up this task, it's assigned to me, and it's going to go weekly every Wednesday. So that'll send them an email or update them or have it in their dashboard that that's what they have to do. So that's how you use Asana. It's a really, really straightforward and simple tool that I love. And then also, if your VA has questions, they can just drop comments in here like, hey, how does this part work? And they'll just drop in comments, bunk, and it'll update you that they're, and you can have full-on conversations with the training. So it's a perfect tool for it. It's free, super simple, super easy, but that's how I have mine set up. You can see daily tasks right here, bunk. I have weekly tasks right here, blogs, all that good stuff, newsletters, and monthly tasks, and then we do special projects as well. So very, very cool. I love Asana. Now, the other way I communicate with them is through Slack. So let's open that up here. Now, there's a few ways I do it. I make 2 channels for each VA. One of them is a check-in channel, and one of them is an end-of-day channel. So what that looks like is check-ins. My VA will come in here every morning and check in and say, hey, this is what I'm doing today. So time of check-in, questions for team leader, things I plan on doing today, bing, bum, 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 bum. And it's nice because, you know, I don't have to like continually follow up. I don't have to like chase to see what they're up to. They'll just send me an update like, hey, here's the things I'm doing this morning. Basically, let me know if you need anything else. But if nothing else comes through, these are the things that I'm attacking today. Very, very cool, streamlined way of doing it, and I love that because they have self-accountability and they love, you know, what they're doing and why they're doing it and the purpose behind it. And then at the end of the day, they'll check out and be like, hey, here's all the things I did, you know, good to go, see ya. You know, so it's great. And then also you can see down here, I also have direct message channels for each of the VAs there. So that's how I communicate efficiently and effectively with my VAs. It's a very powerful way of doing it because it's very low maintenance. Like I said, once you train everything on Asana, every single thing that I do and I add on here, I make a video for it. Like I do this for every single item in here. There's not one task in here that does not have a video with it that shows exactly how to do it. And that's the best way to automate this. Now, the last thing I would say when you're setting this up with your VAs is don't give them all at once. That's a big mistake. You know, like a lot of this is brand new to them, even though they might be efficient in different programs and whatever that looks like. Real estate is a is a big, industry, and the terms and everything we do are difficult to learn. So don't overwhelm them with everything. Like, here's all your daily, weekly, monthly stuff. Just go and learn it. That does not work. The best way to do it, I found, was, for here, do this. So I'm like, hey, here's the daily stuff. So why don't we just do our morning check-ins and afternoon check-ins? Okay, let's just start with those. Okay, cool. And then once Jen hit me up and be like, hey, good to go, this is all set, like, I know what I'm doing, perfect. And we've maybe checked it out and run through it together a couple of times. Cool. Well, now I'll add on social media stuff. Or maybe if the social media stuff is still a little bit too big, well, let's look at weekly. Okay, well, how about the newsletters? Let's jump into those. Let's jump into blogs. Like, let's jump into YouTube. What does all this look like? So again, just at your discretion, add on as you go. Don't give them all at once, because it's just going to be too much. So that's how I do it, guys. That's exactly how I run my entire operation with my VAs. It's really not complicated, and that's the point. You don't have to make this complicated. It's very easy. Just keep your lines of communication open with your VAs and make sure there's a platform for them to access everything, access all the training, and be able to ask you questions about what they're up to. The biggest thing is to have the buy-in. It's the why, right? Like, just remember, a lot of people really get this wrong, where they're just like, whatever, it's just someone across the other side of the world. I just need them to do X, Y, Z and whatever. That's crazy talk. Like, these are real people with real families who are really cool. And that's what I think works well for me. Like, Jan, my video guy, who's probably watching this right now, is awesome, super cool. I know what he's up to. I know his goals. I know his family. Like, I know all about him because we chat, like, not just work, other stuff too. And then Jen, the same way. Our kids actually play online games together sometimes. So, like, they're integrated into the company, but they're part of the mission. They know what's up. We meet every Monday and chat about stuff. So just think about it that way. The more clear and open you are with communication and all this stuff, this is going to be such a streamlined transition for you. I've talked to people who really struggle with VAs, can't seem to get it right, can't seem to get the ball rolling. They lose momentum. They have to retrain and retrain and retrain. And eventually it's like, I'm doing more work than I was before I started to outsource everything. And this is the big problem why. They don't have a clear communication process for them to the VA. And they don't have a clear way to make sure that all the stuff that they don't want to do or they're going to outsource is on the VA's plate in a strategic, systemized order. So that's how I do it, guys. If you have any questions for me about this stuff, I'm happy to jam out. Drop it in the comments below and I'll get back to you. If you like this stuff, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the newsletter already, you can check out the link down below, and I'll see you on the next one.